Hello, I'm FGX and welcome back to the video. Today I want to talk about and show you the most useful and functional house in Minecraft. And no, it's not Black One-Legged Steve, or as useful as functional as he is. It is actually something that I was inspired to make after I saw my smallest house in Minecraft again. This is something I made a few years ago now. It's kind of like a challenge of like, how small can you make a house while still having all of the essentials you need, such as a crafting table, a brewing stand, a furnace, all being accessible. And as it turns out, you can make a house pretty darn small, as you're seeing right here. So yeah, I looked at this and I realized like, this is such an amazing house because it has everything you need for survival. This is technically what you need a survival house to be, and when people make these giant builds for houses, it's kind of a waste of time because, you know, that's all just to make it look amazing. This is all you need to have in a house, and then I realized like, oh, but this isn't really a house. You only have one block to move around in, and it's not really safe from the outside world, so I figured why not try to make a house that is both safe, has some inside room, but is still the most functional thing in the world, and that's when I made this. So today, I'm going to be giving you a room tour of the best Minecraft house and you're ever going to see, as well as a tutorial on how you can make it yourself, and why it's the best thing you're going to be able to see, and hopefully you all do enjoy today's video, showing it off and explaining that. So like this video if you do like it, because it helps out the channel, and let's know you do like this sort of video. But with that said, let's get straight into it, shall we? And let's start by mentioning what you're seeing here, because you might look at this and say, this is an abomination, Toy Cat. This is not a house, you're making a joke video again. But the truth is, the only reason you don't like these blocks and their shapes is because you've been conditioned to like woods and walls and, you know, gold blocks and stuff like that. But the truth is, they're useless blocks. They're blocks that only exist just to look good, but these blocks, all of them have a purpose in some way, and that's the beautiful thing about this. Every single thing you're doing to make you know, the house better is also something you're doing to make your survival game better, which means you can get more resources and you can play the game in a better way. So really, this is the beautiful house. You're just not seeing it yet. Your standards of beauty are wrong and misconformed. So yeah, let's get straight into explaining the house itself, because you might just look at this and say, what is going on there? Well, first of all, let's talk about the nether portal for a door. So I figured, like, rather than having doors, because doors only exist because you want an inside and outside, why not use a nether portal for this? This means that mobs can't make their way into your house, especially if you light up the front of it or you have like torches here. Mobs can't make their way into your house, even if they do get here, because the moment they try it, they're going to go into the nether and they won't be a problem for you anymore. So yeah, this means that you have like a only for you door, which is pretty great. But it also means that, as well as keeping mobs out, and which is, you know, a really useful thing, it also means that you can actually go to the nether just by going into your own doorway. That's right, your own doorway also functions as a nether portal. I mean, your doorway is a nether portal, and that's why. But still, the fact that you can go to your nether without walking, you know, you walk like 4 blocks and you're in the nether is a pretty amazing feat, and it's something more people should be doing. So the second thing you're going to notice about this is the fact that there are enchantment tables up there. Well, they blend quite well, you know, that's actually like an artistic decision, but it also means that you can enchant if you want to from either side of the portal and from even the top of the house, which we'll get into later, but that's pretty great. And then from there, right next to the enchantment table, when you need it, you've also got the anvils. So these anvils serve 2 functions again. They're not, you know, everything's not only serving the one function it normally would, it's also serving a second function in making the house, and in this case, it's serving a third function in protecting the house too. So yeah, again, these anvils, you need them for normal reasons, that's all fine and good, but they also protect the house from explosions. So let's say creepers come to your door or anything like that and they explode just outside. Normally, if you place, so let me show you. So if we have like, let's say, a house made out of glass, then, you know, I think you're all quite aware of what happens when you have TNT next to glass, but, you know, spoiler alert, bad things. So here you can see, there's my house, it's just gone now because it's made from weak materials. But because this is made from from obsidian and from anvils, 2 of the strongest resistant blocks in the game, even if, you know, the blocks around my house get destroyed by this, I can have a creeper go off that close to my house, and you can see how the portal goes out, but everything else is entirely fine. The whole thing is protected because we've got obsidian and we've got these anvils, which is pretty darn great. So I'll just show you the same thing's true over here. In fact, let's have like a second TNT go off as well, like just 2 TNT right next, that's gonna fly into me, isn't it? But 2 TNT right next to the door, or 2 creepers, anything like that, and I'm still safe to get into the house. So I actually, you know, again, because the blocks around my house are the weakness point here, I still have to like stack myself back in, but the fact that, you know, the house is stronger than the blocks around it is a strength in my opinion. So yeah, then we've got, so that's the outside, keeping it safe from creepers and unexpected explosions. Then we've got these chest walls right here. So these chest walls, again, 2 functions as well as being the walls of my house. First of all, as you can see, I've got, you know, all of this storage space. This is 12 double chests, so that's 24 by 27 slots. We've got like a ridiculous amount of storage. I think that's like 600 slots of space just for one side of the house, then another 600 over here. So we can store 1200 stacks of items here, and we can even categorize them if we want to, of item frames and such, which is pretty, you know, I think that's a pretty great way to do things. And yeah, this means that the walls of the house are also very, very functional. You never just have to have something to keep you in, because the chests keep you in, but they also function as a way to see through the house. So you can see if anyone's going to sneak up on you, because guess what? You can see what's going on outside the house, and that's pretty great. But also, this is great if you have a big world and you want to see from one side of the world to the other, because let's say you want to check if your beacon's turned on. We know it's not turned on right now, but we wouldn't be able to, oh sorry, if you want to just like see if it's made out of diamonds, it wouldn't just see any, or like we want to see if the melon's here, or like we want to check on our ice block, because we really value ice. If you wanted to check, or you know, your TNT block too, let's say we wanted to check, is there a TNT block there, and we're way on the other side of the world. Well, the great thing about this house is it's actually only semi-visible. You can't see through the house when you're this close to it, but if you're really far away from the house, you can actually see right through it, because chests only have a certain render distance, which means as we go back to here, you're going to see suddenly the chests are invisible, and guess what? My TNT and my ice are safe. Yep, that's right. The side of my house is not only a little hidey hole for me to see out from, it's also a way for me to check through the house to see if something's there. Half transparent houses, what more do you want from it? I don't think you can have many more requests. So yeah, that's why the walls are great as well. But and also, you've noticed that they've got a furnace wall at the back here. Again, same thing. Furnaces are very functional. We can smelt lots of things at once, and it also means that we've got like a solid wall of the house. So we've got this nice little pan over here. Then we've got a floor which is made out of hoppers almost entirely. Not these ones. These are cauldrons. They look very similar though, don't they? But yeah, basically the whole floor is made out of hoppers, and the idea of these is that if anything falls on the floor, you don't have to pick it up. The floor is also, as well as being this nice pattern, I think it looks like a fancy carpet of some form, you know, like modern art carpet, but as well as being a really fancy carpet, it also picks up everything you do and it puts it into one place. And this means that you've got like a, it's like a Roomba or something. It cleans your floor for you, and you don't have to worry about anything that just falls on the floor. And in fact, this even means that if you want to just dump your inventory because you come home from a busy day of exploring, you can't be bothered to sort it into chests, guess what? You just throw it away like, I don't want salmon, I don't want any of these things. You can just throw them on the ground just like that, like, and let the game sort them, because what will happen is they'll all sort into this chest over here, as you're going to see, one by one, which is pretty darn handy, and it means that you can then pick that stuff up later, you can sort it, or you can leave it in your floor forever if you want to, but the choice is yours, and that's why this floor is amazing. Then we've got these cauldrons, like I mentioned. Why are those useful? Well, I mean, everyone knows why cauldrons are useful, but they're useful if you want to have bottles and you want to fill them up, because we've got this corner of the house right here filled with brewing stands. So the reason behind this is that, you know, that basically, well, you know, it means we can access the brewing stands, but they're kind of sneakily hidden. No one's going to come into your house and steal your potions, because you probably didn't even notice those brewing stands, because from back here, you just don't see them. You're so focused on everything else, you miss the brewing stands, and it means you can kind of hide your good potions, like not really out of sight, but just out of the way. Again, you can technically get them from the outside here, but like, who's going around the outside of your house to steal potions? Probably not. People steal them from the inside. That's just a Minecraft fact I came up on the spot. That sounds about right? So yeah, that's why that we've got brewing stands here. We've got 4 of them, again, because they're like a pillar of the house. In the same way that have you ever seen people like to have like oak planks as a build, and then like oak wood in the corners? In this case, we've got anvils in one corner, we've got brewing stands in this corner, and we've got anvils in the other corner, which is pretty darn great, and it's, again, really handy way to turn your pillars, which would usually just be wasted block, you'd have to waste time mining, into something that can help you do Minecraft a bit better. So then we've got the jukebox over here, which so let me just show you right there. You can in fact use the jukebox from this corner, because chests don't take up the full block, which means if you want to have some music playing, guess what? You can do that as well. And that's why this bottom floor is just so darn handy. Oh, and I forgot one of the most important things, because you look at this house and you think, oh, your ceiling's made from wood, Soy Cat. That's cheating. You're not allowed to do that. Well, my ceiling's actually made from crafting tables. So if I ever want to craft in the 3x3 crafting grid, or have this menu pop up, then what I can just do is use any part of my ceiling. There's none of this like look around for the one block that I placed the crafting table down on. You can go to the ceiling and it's all functional. It's not the most amazing thing you've ever, it is the most amazing thing. So then finally what we've got is this thing right here. You can probably spot it's a bed, and the idea behind this one is when it's nighttime, this actually functions as my staircase. Again, rather than having to craft these cumbersome like staircase blocks, again, just a waste of time to go up block, why not have a bed in the ceiling? Oh, the bed! Okay, we have to have one block here. I tested this slightly wrong, it seems. But yeah, all you have to do is like have a single block, which we could make a crafting table or anything like that, and then we can jump into the bed, and then the bed functions as our staircase. Now we're up here, we have our exclusive furnaces, where we can cook with fancy fuels, such as purple wool, because it's good for the environment. Actually, I don't know if cooking with purple wool is good for the environment, but we can believe it is. We can also have our like fancy raw rabbit up here, because again, this is the exclusive secret bedroom on top of the house, and this is also where the home defense system is, because, you know, this is meant to be like a chimney, but rather than making a chimney, which is silly, because you don't need chimneys in Minecraft, instead, I have a very multifunctional single redstone system. So this button right here alone, so I'll turn off the daylight cycle. In fact, let me show you this one more time first. So again, just in case you're confused as to how that works, all you need to do is jump on one block, and then you go up here, and just like that, we wake up and we're on top of the house. Because beds, they respawn you, they don't respawn you, but when you get out of bed, you move onto the blocks next to it, which means this works just like that. Really great stuff in my opinion. So anyway, let's move on from that to this system. So it's 6 dispensers. 4 of these dispensers are hooked up deliberately to cause some pain. We could put fire charges in them, but for now, I've just decided on arrows. And then we've got 2 dispensers over here, one of which is the celebratory dispenser, and one of which will help me go to the nether. If you're really scared about the nether, you're scared about blazes and stuff like that, then you're going to need fire resistance potions, which means if I want to protect my house, I can also at the same time celebrate, and I can also give myself some fire resistance. Isn't that great that you can, so let me show the arrows again, by the way. Isn't that great that you can defend your house, you can have the fire resistance come out, and you can celebrate with, I think it's a creeper face that comes out. I could be wrong on that. Let's see, actually. No, it's just a sparkle, but still, the fact that you can do all these things at once is amazing, and it's something you don't get from your chimney in your Minecraft house. And yeah, also, there should be just around here somewhere an ender chest, which means that all of this stuff together combines to make the most functional Minecraft house. And guess what? By using these blocks together in even more creative ways, again, I actually think this looks good in a really, like, roundabout way. Like, it's post-modern. I'm just making up words to describe it. But no, I think you could actually use this in a really great way to make a house that looks amazing and is functional. And because it's, you know, functional, it's better in that way. Like, it's always impressive to say, like, look, I built a giant creeper, but like, you just built a thing to look like a creeper. But if you make a house like this, you are playing survival better, and you're gonna win. You know, that's what happens. You just get a message on screen that says you have won Minecraft, and don't you want that? I think you do. That's why you need a Minecraft house like this. I hope you did all enjoy this video explaining that exact fact. You can like this video if you did like it, because it helps out the channel a lot, and let us know you do like this sort of video. Share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. Let me know in the comments down below if you're going to build one of these houses, because honestly, I think it's a fun building challenge, even if you're a creative player, to like only use blocks which actually have purpose, because again, it's something that you might not have done before. So yeah, thank you very much. Oh, you know, let's try one more explosion. I haven't ever tested this, but it probably will cause some pain. Let's just see what happens if a creeper explodes in your doorway. Even then, still, it destroys like 3 or 4 chests, it seems. So anyway, yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.